gentlemen, welcome to Battle Court Jai-Alai. Tonight's game day will feature the Chargers and the Warriors. Up next to top-ranked singles Douglas and Zulaika. Zulaika 2-2 record to begin his singles season. Douglas 1-1. Lost on opening night to Gosheri, but came right back next time out against Inaki with a dominant performance. Zulaika, he's played 4 singles matches already. This will be his 5th. And if you're a trend better, Stu, Zulaika, win-loss, win-loss. Is this going to be another win right here? Will that trend continue? See what happens in our 4th match of the day. There's the serve. Our 4th match is underway. Douglas with the backhand, stopped overhead. Here's Zulaika. This one gonna pass. Douglas looking for the rebote. Forehand, save back up the middle. Zulaika low and hard, back inside. One-handed catch by Douglas. There's the backhand. That just does clear the overhead screen. Zulaika overran it, has to come back for it. Now Douglas on the costado, inside placement. Zulaika scoops it up high on the left side. Back into the corner. There's Rebote. A little kick off the side wall. Zulaika on the bounce. Picks it up. Hard again. Douglas is there to scoop it up. Zulaika just does make the save again. Here's Douglas up at the 4 line. The 2 wall. Not enough. Not going to get there. Zulaika's throw overhead. Landing in and scoring. Great point between Zulaika and Douglas. Zulaika gets the scoring started. On the board first.
What a read. Just a tremendous read. Zulaika had to commit. Douglas has been moving the ball around on the inside, on the outside, so it makes for a very difficult read, but Zulaika read this perfectly. See Douglas winding up. 2-all. Zulaika takes off. Just have to throw it out of reach, which is what he did.
Rebote forehand, high off the front wall. Douglas on the left side, takes it. Allows the backhand up again to pass. Zulaika coming back for it. There's a Rebote forehand, just does clear. Douglas pushed this one outside. Zulaika runs under it. Zulaika opens up, fakes the carom, puts it inside where it scores. Well thrown to get Zulaika his 2nd point.
Have to respect the carom with Zulaika. Have to respect the carom. If Zulaika's throwing a carom, though, it's not coming all the way back to the 9 line. You see where Douglas goes out here. He's out at the 11 line. He would have been going out. If Zulaika's throwing a carom, that ball hits the screen by the 5 or 6 at worst. Or he doesn't throw it.
Fault over serve. 2nd serve coming up. Second serve is good. Douglas gets up there before the 2nd bounce, lobs it into the corner to pass. Zulaika, powerful Rebote. Douglas stands in, takes it off the side wall. There's another one coming out. Zulaika, this one escaped up in the overhead screen, and it's out of play. First point for Douglas.
Zulaika really needs to avoid unforced errors. Obviously, every player does, but especially playing against Douglas. Douglas will capitalize on those mistakes.
Here's Douglas on the left side, the backhand. Dropping in the corner, forehand Rebote. Not gonna get past Douglas, ranging back for it. Soft touch to the inside. Drops it in the corner. Zulaika, Rebote played from the 9. Douglas lets it pass. He's scrambling a bit, just drops it over the top. On the sidewall, good pickup by Zulaika. Another backhand into the corner. Douglas on the Rebote, low and hard. Zulaika scoops it up into the costado. It's a 2-wall. That is called out.
seeing if they're going to challenge it.
And this is, even if
It's
they
been
do
challenged.
challenge here, they will not get the point. It will be a replay of the point. I don't know. I mean, without looking at a replay, Stu, that ball looked like it was a couple inches in at least. And this is an unfortunate case where they ruled it out. So even though Douglas definitely wouldn't have gotten to that ball, it will be a yeah, that's way in. Look at that. Yeah, that's not even. That's not too close there. That's going to be an unfortunate break here. They will not get the point. It's going to be a replay. So the replay has said that the ball was in. Since the original call was out, we will replay the point. Douglas serves with 1 point. Zulaika has 2. Here's Zulaika from the left side. Big backhand. Good catch here by Douglas. Backhand. Wall to wall. Into the chick-chack. That scores. 3 points for Zulaika. What a serve by Zulaika. That stayed inside. The ace brings it to 4-1. Great catch by Zulaika up the wall. He comes down with the ball. Big backhand out to the rebote. Saved by Douglas. Here's Zulaika from the costado. Inside placement opens up and scores. Five points for Zulaika. He's got a possible set point. Here's Douglas from the left side. Forehand rebote. It's a 2-all return by Douglas. Snapped to score. What a shot. That extends the set here. Douglas serves. Still a possible set point for Zulaika.
If nothing else, you want a momentum breaker, and that's what Douglas did just there. Again, hasn't been throwing many shots, but, well, not in this match, but the ones that he does throw, he throws with a high degree of accuracy.
Douglas, another 2-wall. That's too low. Caught the pad on the way down. That's going to be 6 points for Zulaika and the set. Minute and a half on the board to come back and play set number 2.
So Douglas definitely does have the energy to come back here. I mean, look, we saw it earlier. Just dominating in 3 sets. Zulaika playing, for the most part, mistake-free highlight.
Yeah, just a bit of a slow start for Douglas. Could really never get anything going out there. See a late push with that 2-all off the rebote, but to start to force it a little bit more offensively if he wants to keep up with Douglas.
There we are in the ESPN 3 Players Cage. Players come back here, take their breaks in between sets, prepare for matches. There you see Zulaika just won the first set. Again, the scoring in battle court, first team, in this case player, to reach 6 points wins the set. First player to win 2 sets wins the match.
Zulaika staying up. I kind of like that. You know, in this match, You know that Douglas is probably going to pick up the pace to begin set number 2. You don't want to sit down, maybe get a little cold, a little stiff. Just keep moving. Got a little potassium in there, some electrolytes. I like this strategy, Stu. Ready to begin set number 2. Douglas serves to Zulaika. Powerful forehand to the inside. Douglas on the rebote. He makes the save. Zulaika looking to scoop it up. What a play up in the front court. Backhand, low and hard. Douglas again. There's a 2-all. Not going to open up. Zulaika stops it. Zulaika, forehand, out of reach, and scoring. First point of our second set goes to Zulaika.
I'll tell you, Douglas is going to the shot, but now this is the second time that Zulaika's been standing right there waiting for it. So it's an aggressive style of play for Douglas, but it seems like Zulaika got the memo.
I think so. Rebote to pass. Here's Douglas on the left side. Inside, Zulaika's there to cut it off low. Right into the 2-wall, opening up to score.
That was just gorgeous.
Great shot by Zulaika. That's 2-point advantage in our second set.
That was just so beautifully executed by Zulaika. There wasn't even, that was as clean a shot as you can make. I mean, there really was. There was no hesitation. There was no holding. There was no preparation. He went immediately from the catch into the throw, and it was a perfectly executed 2-all.
Powerful serve, crossing in the corner. Douglas stands in there, comes away with it on the left side. Here's the rebote, forehand, powered wall to wall. Douglas now lays it up. Zulaika backing up. He's got it on the right side, low and hard. Douglas stands in, he scooped it up, backhand, low runner. This comes shooting off the back wall. Zulaika makes the save, back to the inside. Douglas couldn't get there in the air. Plays the rebote on the back end, wall to wall. 2-wall, off the rebote, snapped in to score. 3 straight for Zulaika.
Zulaika has been absolutely locked in. And when I mean locked in, He's just moving Douglas all around the court, and he's just not able to get there.
Douglas, the 13 line, gets it to pass. Zulaika up at the 8, looking for the rebote. Again, rifled wall to wall, forehand laid up. Here's Zulaika on the forehand to the inside. Douglas, one-handed scoop, what a catch. This one comes shooting out. Zulaika again on the rebote, played this just out of reach. Douglas, tough rebote, that sailed up in the overhead screen and out of play.
Sometimes by history, when Douglas starts having a lot of kinetic energy on the court and not resulting in points, he's not so locked in, doesn't turn out so well.
Yeah, he committed to that catch and
yeah, and
he was just out of reach.
I mean, the scoop was beautiful. It was no question about that. But then, you know, he set Zulaika up for the throw, and then there was a lot of jumping after that, or movement. Don't know there was jumping. Something happened out there, and there was a flash of Douglas moving.
Backhand by Douglas. Here's the rebote, forehand. Got away, kicking up in the overhead screen and out of play. Douglas is on the board, he serves.
No mistaking that one hit the overhead screen. And one of the rails that holds the overhead screen up.
Fault under serve. Second serve coming up for Douglas. missed off the scoop, stayed to the inside. It's going to be 2 points now for Douglas, still serving in our second set. Into the Chula, tough save by Douglas. To the inside, Zulaika splitter. Douglas scooped it up. Douglas on the 2-wall. Knock it open up. Zulaika stops it. Again, back inside. Douglas in perfect position makes the play. Zulaika tipped it. What a sequence up in the front court. Douglas now with 3 points in a row. The deficit's just 1.
That was the most exciting sequence of the day without question. Zulaika has been shutting Douglas's 2-all down, just absolutely shutting it down. But then Zulaika made the mistake of trying to pass Douglas. Not a good idea.
Powerful backhand, open it up. Douglas on the rebote. That opens up to the outside. Zulaika looking for it, and it's missed. 4-4 is the score. Douglas serves. Low runner, scooped up there by Douglas. Douglas from the 9 line. Douglas on the bounce, picks it off at the 7 line, low and hard. Zulaika scooped it up. Backhand, hopping in the corner. Douglas comes back for it, lays it up. Zulaika now on the forehand scoop, side arm carom.
Wow.
Scores. Five points for Zulaika. He's got a possible set and a possible match point.
Let's see if Zulaika is able to finish this off here.
Douglas back beyond the 13. Here's the rebote coming out. Zulaika lines it up on the forehand, turns it, and clears the overhead screen. Douglas now laying it up, middle of the court. Zulaika's got it on the forehand, low and hard. Douglas caught it in the air to keep it going. This one comes shooting off the back wall. Powerful save on the rebote. Here's Douglas from the left side, low runner. And shooting out, another rebote save, this one a pass. Douglas just lays it up. Big bouncer controlled. Here's Zulaika. The carom blasted. Douglas stops it. Douglas's return, rather, scores. We are tied up at 5-5 in our second set. If Douglas wins it, we'll go to a third set. If Zulaika wins it, that's the match.
So I don't think that Douglas would mind going on to a third set. Obviously, he wants it. Zulaika, on the other hand, we'll see who wants it more.
Fault under serve. Second serve coming up for Douglas. Second serve is good. Zulaika up at the 9 line. There's a backhand, dropping low. Off the sidewall, Douglas makes a save. Zulaika commits on the 2-wall. That's thrown out. We are going to a third set. Douglas takes set 2, 6-5. Wow.
Douglas earned it. Earned another chance to try to win this match.
Yeah, Zulaika had him.
Yeah.
No doubt about it. 4-0 in the second set. Douglas with a great run to tie it up at 4-4. Still with 2 opportunities to close it out. Zulaika unable to do so there at the end. Douglas forcing a third set in our 4th match of the day. Game day score right now, 3 points for the Warriors, just 1.5 for the Chargers. And 1 point will be awarded to the winning team in this singles match.
Looks like the feedback that Julian is giving Douglas, both Nicholas and Manny agree with regarding passing. Again, this is sign language. They're away from us, so I can't hear what's being said. And by passing, we mean getting it away from your opponent, getting it over their head primarily. Reminder, you're watching Battle Court live from the Magic City Jai-Alai Fronton in Miami, Florida. We're getting ready to begin the third and final set of our fourth match of the day, a singles match between top players Zulaika and Douglas.
Wasn't expecting a third set.
No, neither was I.
And Zulaika was just on fire to begin this match. You saw 6-2 in the first set. He was up 4-0 in set number 2, so won 10 of the first 12 points. And Douglas came right back. A run of his own to steal that second set away. Zulaika will have the serve to begin set number 3. We are ready to begin set number 3. Zulaika will serve to Douglas. That serve begins our third set. What a catch by Douglas in the corner. Rebote powered back to the inside. Good catch by Douglas, lining it up off the side wall. One dropped in the corner. Rebote.
That catch is a momentum setter.
2-wall by Douglas. Lands in and scores on the board first in our third and decisive set.
Sorry, I didn't mean to step on you, Andrew, but there was just something about that catch that, so for you to make that catch with your cesta against the back wall, not juggle it, not drop it, return it, pretty impressive for Douglas.
Fault over serve. Second serve coming up. Well-placed serve is an ace. 2 points for Douglas.
Zulaika really can't let this set get away from him. Has to go point by point. Now that he's tired.
High bouncing serve again, this time off the wall. Zulaika handles, big backhand to open it up. Passing Douglas, he's looking for the rebote. That caught the corner. Zulaika on the forehand. Powerful throw inside. Douglas got there in the air. What range. Rebote forehand. To the inside. Great catch by Douglas before it crossed the side wall. Rote again, left side, played to the inside, one-handed grab. Zulaika, between the 9 and 10, drops it in the corner into the Chula to score. Dying in the corner, getting Zulaika on the board with his first point of our third set.
Still anyone's set and anyone's match. Douglas looking a little bit more locked in than Zulaika. Zulaika appearing fatigued. Douglas appearing frustrated. But Douglas appearing just a little more locked in. We'll see what happens. It really is anyone's match at this point.
Douglas from the left side. Drops it in the corner. Here's a rebote forehand. Picked off the sidewall. Douglas winds up the costado. Keeps it inside. Good read by Zulaika. Caught in the air. Backhand. In the corner again. Douglas comes back for it. Puts it at the feet. Zulaika scoops it up. Zulaika into the 2-wall. Thrown to score. We are tied up 2-2.
Douglas was laying down there just after having made the save. But Zulaika sees you on the ground. He's going to throw it away from you. That's exactly what he did.
Here's Douglas from the left side. Low runner to open it up. Zulaika cuts it off right into the 2-wall. Thrown in to score. 3-2 lead for the Chargers. And again, since the Warriors won their first challenge of the day, they do retain that challenge. So they want to go for it. That was close, but again, that looked like it was in. And Douglas not questioning it. I think he agrees with the call.
If he's not questioning the call, I'm sure he agrees with it. Douglas has a way of letting you know what he's thinking.
On the 12 line, there's a backhand. Forehand Bote for Zulaika on the return. That's well placed. Douglas going to let it pass. Bote on the backhand. Tough scoop. Another 2-wall blasted in to score. 4 in a row for Zulaika. He leads by 2.
Wow.
Yeah, he's figuring this 2-wall out in the third set. No better time.
I mean, you think about it. Zulaika's made how many 2-walls that have scored? Douglas threw 3 that I can remember. And Zulaika got to all of them. He read his body language perfect and stopped each one. It's the catch-22 with the 2-wall. It really depends upon who you're playing.
Great catch by Zulaika there, back at the 10 line. Douglas lays up the rebote. Zulaika ranging back behind him at the 10 line. This one gonna pass again. Douglas, forehand rebote. One passing, Zulaika looking for it. He makes the save to the inside. That's well placed and just out of reach. 5 points for Zulaika. He's got a possible set and a possible match point. Got to be careful though. Douglas ready with one dramatic comeback. It was a 4-point deficit in that second set.
No, he's capable of doing it.
Got to do it again.
And Zulaika understands that. Try to finish it off here. Curious to see if he goes to that bullet serve that crosses the side wall. I don't know that he's got anything left in the tank for that. But we'll see.
Hard serve, Douglas stands in, backhand, lobbed up and passing. Zulaika stays up at the 8 line, Rebote played inside, dropping low. Douglas coming back for it. Will clip off the sidewall. Here's Zulaika, inside placement's gonna score for the win. Point, set, and a hard-fought match going the way of Zulaika in 3 sets, winning the final set 6-2. Just to force a third set, incredible comeback there by Douglas, but Zulaika closes it out. Gets his 3rd win, 3-2 now in his 5 singles matches to begin our spring 24 season. Just a half-point separating these two in the game day. It'll be up to Albarba and Benny to keep the Chargers alive against Williams and Manny. 5th-ranked doubles up next. There he is, the top player for the Chargers.
All right, Zulaika, congratulations on winning that match. What's the mindset playing against a top contender like Douglas?
You gotta be very tough mentally and physically. He's a great player, a future world champion, and just play great and don't make mistakes. Be very tough.
What are your expectations for the rest of the season?
Well, our expectations is to be in the top 4. We're in a good position in the standings. We gotta take advantage of the very good beginning. So that's our goal in a short term. Go game by game, day by day. I'm finishing the top 4.
Well, against Zulaika, congratulations on winning that match. Let's see what else happens today.
I want to shout out to my wife and kids. Thank you for your support.